everyone, it's Dashabella and welcome back to Star Equestrian. Yes, guys, I know it's been a long time. It's been, I think, like 2 weeks since I last posted a video on Star Equestrian. And I don't know, I feel like I'm just going to be saying the same thing again that I did in the last video. Unfortunately, Star Equestrian still hasn't gotten any new updates, which I'm actually super sad about because it's February, guys. It's February. Our last update, I think, was still the Christmas update. Let's see. So the latest news. Newest Star Equestrian update, Christmas and Evermail. Yeah, so we are still technically on the Christmas update for this game. And even then we didn't really get like a lot of new stuff for Christmas. Like we just got the ghost horse and the ice horse. I know some people on the server have started to get them though, so congratulations to everyone that has. I'm kind of still waiting to get ours, but it's a royal horse. It is going to be very expensive. So, because we've got no content, I actually decided we were going to do something a little bit different for today's video. Oh gosh, I'm walking backwards. So I thought for today's video, we would actually go and actually look at the list of royal horses and probably rate them on whether, if we were given the option to buy them, would we buy them or not? Obviously, I'm gonna base everything on looks. I kind of feel like stats in this game aren't like super important unless you're trying to go for the leaderboard, but even if I'm competing, I think I'd just ride a competitive breed. Some horses are just not going to be competitive, unfortunately, because they don't have the best skills. But yeah, I thought this would be pretty fun to go through the horse index. There are a lot of horses here, and I don't know if I'm gonna do them in sections or if we might like just do everything in one go, because it might take quite a while, because I do love looking at the horses and like really thinking whether I like to buy them or not, because as much as I'd love to buy everything, I don't think any person would ever be able to afford everything to just collect it all. Okay, so let's start. I'm gonna skip the fantasies because I feel like the fantasies, I want to give them their own category, because like some of the fantasies have different colors. The Acer Friesian. So gosh, I love the Acer Friesian so much. But let's start out with the regular Friesians. And not gonna lie, guys, I really love all of the regular royal Friesians. So this is the white hair Friesian. It's got like a gradient gray going through its mane and tail, and I think this is just a really pretty Friesian. Would I be happy if I pulled this in the royal horse pull? I know what the other two look like, and I think I wouldn't mind actually getting this Friesian. So should we give everything a star rating because it's Star Equestrian? I think we'll rate everything out of 5 stars. And for this horse, I'd probably give it maybe like 4 stars because it is pretty. I love that it's just this classic black with a gradient gray going through its mane and tail, but it's not like, I can't give it 5 stars because I have like a particular style when it comes to 5-star like horses. So yeah, we'll give this one 4 stars. But I do love the look. Like, it's just classic Friesian. Long mane, long tail, and then you have that gradient that makes it stand out a little different. Next up is the really like weird looking one out of all the royal Friesians. So this is the Mohawk Friesian, and I kind of don't know what style the developers are going for when they came up with this horse. I do really like that teardrop marking under its eye. Like, it's really, really unique. And then it has this mohawk, and then all of a sudden it's just got that plain gradient tail like the other Friesian. And the thing is, I'm kind of strange sometimes. I do like the quote-unquote like uglier horses. This is kind of ugly for me, but it's also like, I love this kind of ugly. But I think I'd give it 3 stars. I think if they changed the tail to something different, like maybe even the cropped tail to match the mohawk mane, I actually think I wouldn't mind it so much. So we'll give this one 3 stars. I would be like, oh, I'd be fine if I got it. I wouldn't be sad. Okay, and then the last Friesian, this one is the Braided Friesian. And this is just a classic black Friesian with a braided mane and tail. I like the tail style because you can't get this normally with the standard Friesians. This is like, I guess, a special style. And then the mane, I'm not sure, guys. I'm not a fan of how this mane looks, but I kind of feel like this mane might be redone because remember, this is the new Friesian model. And I noticed with some of the Friesians, the old mane and tails like don't fit them properly anymore. So maybe they'll fix it. But yeah, not a fan of the mane. I would change that in a heartbeat. I mean, it's a black Friesian. I think I'd be pretty upset if I got this, aside from the tail. I don't know if I'm leaning towards like 2 or 3 stars here. Like, I could definitely fix the mane. It's just, yeah, the mane is like so sad. It's a royal horse. Like, I want to be able to love the whole horse when I get it. So I think we're gonna give 2 stars. Like, I'd be a little bit sad, but yeah, the tail is like the only redeeming factor for this horse. Okay, moving on to the Friesian sport horses. So I love the Friesian sport horses. I still haven't got one and I can't wait until I get one. So let's start with the Sorrel Tobiano Friesian Sport, which is the first one. Okay, so the Sorrel Tobiano comes with a braided, I'm not sure if I want to call this braided. I guess it is like a braided style. So a braided mane and it's got like a half braided tail. I love the chestnut color that they used, or like the brown that they used for the Sorrel. Oh, just a quick mention, guys. I hate how the legs look on the Friesian Sports. I'm wondering if they're gonna change this because it really just does not look very good. Like, I love the model as long as you don't look at the legs, or if the legs are a dark color and you can't see it, then that's okay too, because they don't have feathers, but they've like drawn small feathers on their legs. It's kind of weird. But this Sorrel Tobiano, I think it's got blue eyes here. I think I'd give this a 3-star. Like, I wouldn't be thrilled if I got it, but I would love the variety of patterns and the color in my stable, because I think a lot of my horses are like just black right now. Yeah, a lot of my horses are black. And I don't have too many painted horses too. Like, this Tobiano would be very cute. So we'll give this one 3 stars. Next we have the Red Roan Friesian. Okay, I've got a bone to pick with this horse. So this Friesian also has the braided mane and tail, as you can see. And then you've got the roan on the body. I got a bone to pick. Firstly, the nose. It is just obnoxiously pink. It's like this horse just stuck its nose in a jar of strawberry jam and nobody has decided to just clean its face off. So I hate the nose. And I'm not a fan of how they've done the roaning on this horse. It doesn't look very clean. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to describe it. Like, look, I'm going to tell you right now, I love the liver chestnut coat. Like, if you took off the roan, I think I would just love the basic coat color on this Friesian Sport. I just don't like how they've done all the speckling and grey hairs on this roaning. So it's like, I hate the roaning. I like the color. I don't know if I want to give it 2 or 3 stars, guys. I think I might give it 3 stars. Like, I'd be okay. I'm just... I don't know. No. I think I'll go for 2 stars. I'm so sorry. I really love this chestnut color. I just do not like this roan. Okay, next up is the Piebald Friesian Sport. And this one also has the braided mane and tail. Lots of braided manes and tails for the Friesian Sports. It's kind of weird, actually. But I do love the Piebald pattern. And I love the way that it's been executed on this horse so far. I think it's a very pretty way. I don't know how to describe it. It's just a very pretty horse. I really like the way that this horse looks. And the grey that they use for the mane and tail, it's got like a bit of a bluish hue. So it's kind of mismatched with the white on the body. But outside of that though, like, I kind of really like this Friesian Sport. I'm leaning towards a 5, but I think we're going to be giving this Friesian Sport a 4-star. Like, I would be happy if I got this, but I'm not sitting here and thinking like I need this horse now. Very pretty though. If anyone has this, I'm super jealous. I'm just gonna say it right now. Alrighty, so we have a new mane and tail style here. We have the Palomino Friesian Sport. I have mixed feelings for this horse. And let me explain very quickly. So this is the Palomino. It's got some dapples on it. I love dapples. I'm going to say that right now. I love dappling. The coat color is nice. I love the tail. The tail is very pretty. I actually think it really fits the Friesian model. The mane. This mane, guys, like it's... So this, from the side, I'm not sure if anyone else is going to agree with me. It's low-key, it's kind of ugly. Like, just the mane is kind of ruining the style for this horse. And again, I think this is because of the new model, that they haven't properly fitted this mane style on this horse model yet. I kind of feel like the devs at Foxy might need to redo this because, yeah, it just looks so ridiculously ugly. Like, it might just be me. If you guys like it, let me know in the comments, but I just low-key hate it. But I do love the blue eyes. So, like, yeah, I think this is a pretty Palomino. I just wish that the mane didn't look like a cheap wig that you got from like the costume store. It is so ugly, but the tail is fine. If I got this horse, I would instantly change the mane to just the long style. Oh, that mane is so ugly. If we're gonna rate this horse though, I think I'd give it 3 stars. If I have access to the long mane, I actually think I'd put this at 4 stars. I do like this like coat, the coat color and the dappling. It's a very pretty horse. It's just the mane sets it back so much. All right, we're gonna start into some weird territory here. We have the Liver Rabicano Friesian Sport. Okay, so this horse also has the ugly mane. I'm leaning towards ignoring it. So we're just gonna look at everything else except the mane, because we can always change mane styles. Like, that's the good thing about Star Equestrian. Although I wish we had more options. The coat itself, I kind of don't like how the Rabicano has been painted onto this particular horse model. It looks kind of cheap. Like, is it just me? Does anyone else look at this and it's like, did somebody just get like a round paintbrush in Photoshop and kind of just like quickly went over the belly and tried to like do Rabicano matte markings in like 10 seconds? Because like looking at it, guys, it just looks really cheap. I do love the bay, like the brown that they use for this particular bay. Like it's Liver Rabicano. But the only thing that I find kind of weird is that is this Liver Bay, or is this supposed to be like Liver Chestnut? Because if it's supposed to be Liver Chestnut, the mane and tail makes no sense. And actually, if you think about it, this horse kind of makes no sense in general, because you can't have a black mane and tail on a chestnut horse, because if you look at its legs, there's no black points. For anyone that doesn't know, bay horses are classified bay if all of their points are black, which is their legs, their ears. I'm not sure if it's also their nose, but like their points are black. And this is clearly supposed to be a liver chestnut horse. So yeah, like the color for this mane and tail just makes no sense to me. I kind of want to know what this looks like with a dark brown mane and tail, but again, I would change the mane style. Just not a fan. I hate the nose. Again, I don't know why. Like, this needs changing. Someone's gonna change this nose. The facial marking, I'm like okay with this, but again, like I'm just not a fan of some of these really strange markings in Star Equestrian. So yeah, this Liver Rabicano, I'm a bit torn. I'm leaning towards giving it like a 3 or a 2 star. I think I'm leaning towards a 2 star because I kind of just don't care about this horse in general. I like Rabicano horses. It's just, yeah, you kind of have to like make it look like a good Rabicano, because this is like, all right, we're gonna let this horse go, guys. Let's go with 2 stars. Okay, I've heard so many conversations on the Leopard Cross Friesian Sport, because this horse is... There's a lot going on. I think if we had like a designer brand like Versace, or was it Versace? There's like Versace and there's like another like designer brand I'm thinking of. Like, if they were to make a horse, this is what you would get. You would get a horse that's got a spotty butt. It had stripes on the front half. It would be half Appaloosa, a half Roan, like just some crazy business. Balenciaga. Am I thinking of Balenciaga? I think so. Anyways, I'm gonna ignore the brands. I kind of like this horse, guys. I've heard so many people just like trash this horse. I kind of like it because it is just so wacky and goofy looking in general. Mane and tail, hate the mane and tail like design. The braids on the tail, the braided mane, that's gotta go. But I'd be fine if I just made it the plain long on the tail and the mane. I don't know, it's a crazy horse, and it's like if I see somebody riding this horse in town, I look at it and it's just like, my head is following that horse around. So I don't know, I kind of feel like I would want this horse. And it's not just like I would just want this horse. This horse is like crossing over to 5-star territory for me right now, because this is, if I'm remembering correctly, this is one of the few Friesians I actually really, really want. And every single time I see someone have it, I'm just like, that could have been me. It could have been me. So yeah, like 4 stars or 5 stars? I think I'd give this 5 stars, guys. Like, so far out of all the Friesians, I want this one the most, just because it is so out there and so crazy. It reminds me of my favorite pair of high heel shoes. So I have these shoes in my cupboard. I don't know if I can show it to you guys, but my mum bought these shoes and she never wore them. But every single time I would go into her closet to help her get stuff, I would see these shoes and I'd just be like, at first I hated them, but then like as I kept looking at them, I was just like, wait a minute, do I kind of like these shoes? Like, this horse is giving me the exact same impression because they are insane shoes. I'm not sure if I'm going to take a picture and post it, but yeah, I think I have to now because you guys are curious about what these shoes look like. But they're my favorite pair of high heel shoes. Yeah, this horse just gives me those vibes. Like, it's just a crazy pair of shoes. And I get so many compliments wearing those shoes, guys. All right, 5 stars for Leopard Cross Friesian Sport. Moving on. Alrighty, we have the Grey Tobiano Friesian Sport. Now this is a really pretty Friesian Sport in my opinion. So this one has the classic long mane and tail. I think this is just like the best style on the Friesian Sports, to be honest. It's not special, but this particular Friesian Sport might be. And I have to confirm it because I don't have this and I'm not sure if it would work this way. So this particular Friesian Tobiano has a unique mane and tail in that, as you can see on the mane, it's white at the front and it's got streaks of grey and it's like kind of gradient at the back, and then its tail has a long streak of white or grey. I think this is white, guys, I'm not sure. And normally when you pick mane and tail styles, it doesn't give you the option to have these different colors in the mane. So I think this is unique to this particular coat. I love it, by the way. I think it's just very pretty. I wish this was something we could see on other horses. But yeah, I love this. I think the gray that they used, it's kind of to me, but if you're into these like deeper grays that are bordering on black, I think this is going to be something that you'll really enjoy. The patterning is just normal for me. I don't feel like any attachment to this Tobiano marking in particular. I think I'd put this horse in 4-star territory just because I do think this is a pretty horse. But then again, I don't know, like if I get it, I'd be a bit indifferent. It is very unique, but I'd also be very indifferent. You know what, guys? I think this is going to be a 3-star. I think truthfully, it does feel like more of a 3-star horse to me. I'm not like super attached to this particular Friesian. The Grey Pintaloosa Friesian Sport Horse. Where do I begin with this Friesian? So, just like the Leopard, this Friesian, again, has just a very crazy coat marking in general, right? So, you've got the markings and you've also got these like very interesting, I don't know what to describe them. They're like these weird dapplings on the body. If someone could remind me in the comments what this is, that would be great. But it's, again, like this is just a very unique looking Friesian Sport. Like this is the kind of coat I would expect from a horse from the royal stable because they're just so expensive. The nose, I mean, I just hate pink noses, but again, that's like just a tiny pet peeve. I think it's got these really cute blue purpley eyes. I do like that. But I think someone's going to be wondering like, hang on a minute, Dasha, what about that cropped tail? I'm not a fan of that cropped tail, guys. Yeah, I think that cropped tail has to go. It's fixable. It is fixable because the mane is just a plain grey. So I think if I went and just put on the plain grey tail with the same white, it would be fixable. I think this Friesian, for me, I'm leaning towards a 3-star. I just kind of don't care about this, but I'd be okay if I got it. I wouldn't be crazy upset if I got this horse at all. Well, looky here. We've got another horse that has visited the cheap wig shop. Just joking, guys. All right, so we have the grey Friesian Sport next. Now, again, we're going to ignore the mane because this is definitely fixable. But I do think just this very, like, regal, dapple grey Friesian Sport, super pretty. We actually don't have a lot of, like, grey/white horses in Star Equestrian for some reason. And I do love the way that this one's executed. The muzzle, aside the pink, is lovely. Its legs, I like the gradient on the legs. I think if anything, it's just the dappling that's really doing it for me with this particular horse. I think 4 stars. I would really like this Friesian Sport. Not 5-star territory. I wouldn't like throw my body off a bridge to get this horse. But yeah, I do like it. Yeah, so let's go 4 stars for the grey Friesian Sport. Next up is the brown Tobiano Friesian Sport. And this one is all right. It's all right. So again, it's got the cheap wig syndrome, unfortunately. This is a different mane style. I do want to quickly point that out. This one is not the one with the gold, like the gold rings or whatever. This one's more of just like a braided style. Again, I feel like this mane is just not fitted properly onto the model. It might be a problem with the neck because the neck is massive on the new model for the Friesians. The tail style's all right. Like Again, I'm just not a massive fan of this style, but I do like the colored chestnut that they used on this model. And also, this horse does not have a pink muzzle. This one has a white one because it has I'm not sure if this is like a split between like a stripe or a blaze. I'm gonna lean towards a blaze. I do like this horse, but it's sitting in like 3-star territory for me. Again, it's not a horse that I would like die for, but it's like a pretty nice horse. If I could, I'd probably give it 3.5 stars, but let's put it in 3 stars. It's all right. I'd be like totally okay if I got this horse. And now we have the brown version of the other Friesian Sport. So they've kind of gone back and reused the same textures for this like weird dappling on the body and even the patterning for this as well. So like if you don't like the black one, this might be something that you would like. I think this is the same situation with the other one. I think I gave the other one 3 stars. Yeah, this one's also a 3 stars. Like I'm not too keen on the brown version for the Pintaloosa. It also has a pink nose, so the pink nose is like minus points for me. So yeah, let's put this one in 3 stars. Like it's pretty, it's a pretty horse, but I wouldn't. Yeah. Okay, we have now gone to the blue Roan Friesian Sport. Now I'm gonna confess, I actually used to really want this Friesian model, like this Friesian coat in particular. This was before the Friesian model update. And I kind of think they did change this a little bit when they added the new models for the Friesians. Now, do I hate this as much as the red version? I don't think so. I do like this one more. It's fine. I'm not sure what it was with the red one. The red one just looked wrong. Maybe they used like the wrong, or maybe just like not the right gray on the body. Still not a fan of like some of the texturing here, but I'm not in a position where I would just be like, I would love this horse anymore. So I think this blue Roan used to be a 5-star for me. I think I'm now going to push this down to 4 stars. It's a pretty horse, but they kind of, I don't know, they kind of have to fix like the texturing. I think it's the legs. I think it's the legs that's just not doing it for me, guys. I'm not sure. So yeah, let's put you on 4 stars. I do love the grey eyes though. Very pretty horse. All right, guys, our last Friesian Sport from the Royal Horse category, and we have the Blood Bay Friesian Sport. Now, this one kind of makes no sense, okay? And I hope you guys are ready to hear me out on this. So, this is supposedly a Blood Bay horse. This looks chestnut to me because it has not got black legs. It does not have black ears. like black points on the ears. Its muzzle is also pink, and its mane and tail is not black. It's like blood red. So this kind of makes no sense. I'm not quite sure who decided to name this a blood bay. But yeah, that like the name for this is like totally wrong. Do I like this horse though? Like if I ignore the name, and I'm gonna ignore the nose too. Not a fan of the markings on the eyes. I don't like this. It kind of for me ruins the Friesian. If it wasn't there and it was just this coat, like this plain coat with the really lovely dapplings on the back, I actually think this horse would be in 4-star territory, creeping into 5-star. I think for anyone that knows me, I am stupidly in love with liver chestnuts. Like this is very close to liver chestnut. It's definitely more red. I would love this if it was just darker. If this was a darker chestnut, easily 5-star, guys. Like without a doubt, 5-star. But I think I'm gonna put this into 4-star. It is nice. Yeah, I don't know. The eyes like really ruined it for me. The tail style is fine. The main style, that's gotta go. Yeah, again, like $2 wig. We don't do those here, guys. We don't do $2 wigs on this channel. Okay, so that is it for the standard Friesians and the Friesian Sport. And wow, we actually spent a lot of time talking about the Friesian Sports. So I guess for this video, we'll focus it on the Friesian Sports. The next time we get to talk about the horses, I think we'll move on to the Clydesdale and the Shires. I'm going to combine those two together because there's just like a small pool of them. But yeah, I think this is a really fun video, guys. I know it's like super different. We're going to get out of the fence here because I don't want to hurt Emperor. Oh gosh, we're like going backwards again. I just want to... Okay, there we go. We're fully stopped. But yeah, this was like a super fun video to do. Very, very different. I hope you guys enjoyed it. To anyone that might be new to the channel and is watching this video, hello, my name is Dashabella. I'm a virtual equestrian VTuber and I mostly post horse game videos on my YouTube channel. So if you're a bit of a horse nerd like me, maybe in real life, maybe in game, or maybe in both, do consider subscribing just so you can get notifications for all of my future uploads. I do upload a variety of games and I am still going back to update my current series, and I'm thinking of doing some newer series as well. I kind of feel like with Star Equestrian, until we get that next update, there is going to be a little less like daily content, or not really daily I suppose, but like gameplay content. But I am probably going to explore doing some more of those guide videos. I hope you guys enjoyed those guides, by the way. But that's going to be it for today. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you in my next upload. Bye everybody.